All right, what's going on, guys, and welcome back to another YouTube video. Today we're going to be talking about some big things that I have planned for the M3, and when I say big, I mean literally. Wang's with us today. He's helping me record, so shout out to Wang. Make sure you guys go and subscribe to his YouTube channel. Also follow him on Instagram for me, please. But we're currently on our way to Crave, and once we grab our boba, we're going to head back to my place, and we're going to be talking about what we have planned for the M3, so stay tuned. All right, guys, so we made it back here to my place, and we're just gonna dive straight into it. So as you guys can see, in front of me and Wang are OEM BMW 6-piston front, 4-piston rear, big brake calipers. And like Wang said earlier, this is why I'm broke.
Oh, we're leaving that in. All
yeah, we're
right,
leaving that
all
in,
right,
bloopers,
bet.
man.
This is why Ben's broke.
Yeah, facts.
This is why I'm broke.
Yeah. But we're gonna kind of just dive into these a little bit, kind of like describe to you guys the differences between the brakes that come on the F8X chassis for the M3 and the M4, the differences between these ones and those ones, obviously other than the size, and my plans on what I plan on doing with them and what I plan on using them for. So right off the rip, I wanted a big brake kit ever since I got the F80 M3, just because I didn't think it was fair that they gave the M3 and the M4, if you didn't option your car, you know, if you were the original person who spec'd it out, if you didn't option it with carbon ceramic brakes, then you did not. Yeah, Wang had carbon ceramic brakes, so shout out to your first owner. But then you did not get the 6-piston front, 4-piston rear calipers. However, if you bought an M2 competition, not a regular M2, these are the brakes that came on that car from the factory.
Unless you're in Europe.
Unless you're in Europe. So obviously you can see just how massive these things are and all the benefits that come from them, whether that be stopping power, consistent stopping, you know, at the same point over and over again. And it made sense for me to get these, one, because I tracked the car, and two, just because they look way better than the ones that are on the car now. So I'm gonna let Wang talk a little bit about some facts about these brake calipers.
Wow, put me on the spot.
Put him on the spot. I'm gonna let him talk a little bit about some of the facts.
Only these, or are we talking about brake facts for the F chassis in general?
Let's do brake facts for the F chassis in general.
All right, so starting with the F30s, if you got your base models, they came with like your standard non-piston, normal floating calipers. And then most of you guys out there that probably follow his channel, and Kyler, they have the dual piston fronts.
Yeah, they have a dual piston front.
Yeah, so the 4-piston though.
Yeah, it's 4-piston.
So it's 4-piston fronts. And then if you had an earlier model, they ran the 370 millimeter rotors. And then if you upgraded to the In Performance set, which are the ones that are blue,
correct,
they are the same size as the F80 set. So then you upgrade to the 380 front rotors, which is actually what I was going to do with my Estoril F30, but never got a chance to. So that's just a quick fact about F30s. And then the F80s, like I said, were the same. So you get the blues. You could also option to get like different colors, but the most common is the blue. You get the 380 front rotor size. I'm not quite sure what the rear is. I think it's 350, but I'm not 100% sure.
I think it is.
And then the rear is a dual piston. So you have the front 4-piston with the dual piston in the back. Then when you guys go from that to the upgrade on the M3 and M4, which are the CCBs, you got these, except they're in satin gold, which is actually a gold that only Brembo and BMW use internally. I have the code somewhere. I'll tell Ben to post it right here, and no one can get that color. So you just have to sort of match it to stuff on like prismatic powders to be as close as possible, like I did with my personal cage, and then go from there. So yeah, if you ever have to repaint them, there is no official paint code you can use or powder coat that you can use that will make it look exactly the same. Facts about these: F10 M5 came with these, so they're actually the same. I believe the only difference is this lower bracket and then the studs that go into it. These use a single bolt, which he's showing you right here. So this is a single bolt, which, by the way, they don't sell separately, so you actually have to source a weird part number from Porsche or another brand to fit. But they don't normally break, so you should be fine. And then on the F10, they use a stud and nut option. And the reason for that is actually, if you use it that way, there's a stud that you can use to put in to where this whole bracket just slides out real quick. You can pop the pads out and you slide it right back on. With this set, unfortunately, you have to remove the whole caliper off via these, take it off, pull the pads out, put the new pads back in, slide it back on, bolt it back in from the back. Yeah, it does take a while, but to be honest, at least for my car, because I had CCBs, I didn't have to change the pads too often. Ben probably won't have to because he doesn't drive his car as much as me anyways.
That's crazy.
What do you mean that's
I mean,
crazy?
you're not wrong. He's not wrong, guys. He's not wrong. I mean, I do drive my car pretty often, but not as often as Wang. Wang dailies his M4. I have
miles.
a daily.
Too many miles.
Yeah, no, you're fine. You're high mileage, but his car is in mint condition. I make sure of that. To the best of my ability.
Yeah, so they come with 400 millimeter front rotors, which is one of the biggest rotors that you can buy in the market. And then 380 millimeter rotors in the rear. So pretty much, this would be the same size as your stock F80 caliper and rotor, and this goes to the rear. And then the front just gets upgraded with much larger calipers and much larger rotor. Tremendous stopping power, especially with the CCBs too. For those of you that follow me, you know that I swapped to steels. The stopping power is almost just as good for the most part. So there's that. I mean, how do you feel? Are you excited? Like, what do you think about these? You've driven my car, so you got to sort of give an opinion.
Right.
Compared from your car to my car.
So, I mean, right off the jump, when he had CCBs and now that he doesn't have CCBs, and the amount of stopping power that the 6-piston front calipers paired with your CCBs at the time, gave you was crazy. I would just be sitting in Wang's passenger seat, he'd be doing a pull or something like that, and I'd be on my phone texting, and then he would hit the brakes and I would literally lunge forward because of the tremendous amount of pressure that these calipers apply to whatever rotors that you may have, whether it be CCBs or regular iron rotors. But I am pretty excited for this. Like I said, I plan on doing this conversion either way, just because these look way better. And again, I thought it wasn't fair that the M2 comps got these brakes, but the M3s didn't. And me going back again, I track my F80, so I'm really looking for that same consistent stopping power the entire time while I'm on track. I haven't run into any brake fade or any issues with my brakes, while I've been on track. But also that's probably due to my lack of experience on track, and I'm probably not applying enough brake or going fast enough to really, run into brake fade or things like that. But yeah, very, very much big differences. I mean, don't get me wrong, the 4-piston front, 2-piston rear calipers that are currently on my car or your guys' car if you're watching this video, they work very well. They work very well. And, I have no complaints about them. But this was just the ideal choice for me. Because again, like I said, I want that consistent stopping power, because most people confuse, a big brake kit with being able to stop, on a dime all the time, because it's really a mix of your brakes and your tires, right? Big brake calipers give you that same consistent stopping over and over and over again before they reach that, high boiling temperature where you run into brake fade. But if you have a really good, braking system, but you have really bad tires, the brakes will work. The car will lock up, but the tires won't prevent, if you have bad tires, you're just gonna roll straight forward. The tires are just gonna skid. So it's a combination of, you know, having a really good brake kit and also having really good tires. And I do have good tires. I'm running 4S's on the M3. And once I throw these bad boys on there, I don't think I'm gonna have any issues, you know, going around the track. But I mean, that's pretty much gonna do it for this, guys. I mean, this video, guys.
No, it's not.
Okay,
no, it's
just
not.
kidding. Just kidding.
No, it's not. I have to give Ben some shit because he didn't want these originally. Oh yeah, I'm doing it.
Oh man.
He did not want these originally. This man was trying to convince me that he wanted some AP Racing brakes, and I told him that it would cost too much and he should just buy these because these are straight swaps.
To be fair, yes. At the time, I was looking to get AP Racing's big brake kit.
It's not that much bigger than OEM. You still use the OEM size rotor. It doesn't dissipate heat as well as these. And yeah, so there we go.
There are those facts. But I wanted to get AP Racing's big brake kit. I actually saw Keys Motorsports, Brian, I actually saw him install AP Racing's big brake kit, 6-piston front, 4-piston rear. Calipers on his F80. I loved the way they looked. It was a no-brainer for me at the time. And then Wang here, he was convincing me. He was like, hey, you know, like, don't spend all that money. You know, he's like, you could just get these. It's about half the price.
It is half the price.
For the full package. And it is half the price. So I ended up going with these. And if you guys are curious why these are actually red, the M2 Comp brakes are gray. These are actually M2 CS brakes. So that's why they're red. Unless, obviously, your CS is optioned with CCBs. Then you get the
gold.
satin gold. So these came off of your regular M2 CS. That's why they're red. So thank you, Wang, for saving me a couple of bucks. But we're still broke because we just mod our cars like crazy. But
yeah,
that's the life of every car guy. So
that is true. Is there anything else that you need to tell them about these?
I don't know. Am I missing anything?
Are these the color you're keeping them?
Oh, factual. That's funny. So last thing, guys, before we wrap this video up, I don't plan on keeping them red. Leave a comment down below if you think that I should leave them red. And also leave in that same comment what color you think would look good on these on my mineral white.
I'm about to give y'all a suggestion. Yo, I told him mineral white flake on them.
Great.
Mineral white flake. Or purple.
No, it can't be purple. But yeah, so I don't think I'm gonna leave them this color, guys. I have a color in mind that I would like to do to them, but go ahead, guys, leave a comment down below of what color you think would look good, whether I should leave them red or change them a different color for the F80 M3. And if you guys suggest something that's completely unique, then who knows, maybe I'll do that. But yeah, I mean, I think that pretty much covers everything. It's gonna wrap up this video, guys. Like I said in the beginning, this was just pretty much a surprise, I got them type video, just like, you know, introducing what I'm doing next to the channel. The next video after this will probably be something else, or it might be me dropping them off to get them painted in a different color. Yeah, again, thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you follow my boy Wang here. This video today would not be possible without him helping me record it. I'm gonna plug everything for his social media down below, for his YouTube channel and for his Instagram as well. So again, huge shout out to him. And yeah, it's gonna wrap it up, guys. So appreciate you guys for watching. Thanks as always.
Cheers.
One take, one kiss is...